Hello folks, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. This is the second part of our first case study where we are about to apply colors. Before we even dive into it, if you are new here, welcome to the family. We are studying data analysis and we are doing all this by learning the tools that we use for data analysis. That is Excel, Power BI, and we use a few query language like SQL for querying, and then we will learn Python as the course ensues. But if you are just joining us, you are not far-fetched. There will be a link at the top here to go and see all the previous videos and then the first case study that we worked on, and then dive right into this. It is very understandable, do not worry. If you have questions, drop it in the comment section. And to all my existing subscribers, thank you very much for being on this page. Thank you for being with me on this journey as we have been so far in learning data analysis. We are doing basics. It's taking it's for us to take time to understand how we use what we use. Okay, so on this particular part of the tutorials, you realize I still have the same data from the previous section, and I made mention that we're going to be applying colors to this to make it nice. So what I want to do is I want to give this a heading. So I would go to the top and insert a space. Okay, I want one more, and then I want another one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the things we studied, which is I want to merge this side. So I highlight the section and then you come to the alignment section and then you press on merge center, and then we give it a name. Just a second. Oh, I have cold. So let's proceed. So what will happen is, so let's call what the poke mat, say shop. I didn't spell my mat well. Mat and then shop. So like I said, what we are going to be doing is to center this, because this doesn't look nice. And if I come out, you realize that there's nothing showing, so I have to center this. So click and then come here to the top on the alignment side. Note that all of this is happening on the home tab, on the home ribbon, which is this side. Okay, all this is happening on the home ribbon, and then you come to the alignment section and then you will find the middle one I'm talking about, okay, which is right about here. Okay, good. So I select it, I go to the middle, it raises it up. Okay, see, it has raised it up. Let's increase the font. Okay, good. And then now let's put the heading and the whole thing into some sort of like a table, but we are not going to be inserting a table this time. We are going to be drawing our own borders. So I highlight this. This is how do you call it, emphasizing or throwing more light on what we've studied earlier. Okay, so don't forget them, and then we come here and then we tick borders. I want to give this one another tick border, so you realize that it separates the top from the down, making it know that this is a header. And then I would also give this side a tick border for me to know this is a subtotal. And then one other thing I'll do is, you see my discount, I will come back here and then I'll come all the way down and take bottom double border. So I want, you see, usually when we're in school and we use our math books, we try and put ruler and do these double lines underneath our calculations, or even if it's a text, we put a double line underneath. So that's what this represents. So you click it and then you realize that it gives that a distinguishing, how do you call it, difference from the other one. And then I'll do same for the one that is down. This time around, I want it to give me the top and the two lines underneath. So you see, I have the top and then I have two lines underneath. Okay, so now to coloring. Before I color, you can decide to give a border to this or not give it a border, but let's try and see. Let's see if giving it a border will make it nice. Let's give it tick borders. Okay, And then let's separate this. Let's detach it from the column, and then let's see. So you realize that it's closed entirely, so we have our things standing out. What I want to let stand out as well is to let my items stand out, so I will give that a tick border. You see, so this, although I have applied a tick border, I just realized that, you see, the tick border from the top to the down is the same, changing the whole feel and look of it. So what I will do is I would highlight here to this side. I'll go back quickly and then pick this one, all borders, to take away the bold border on each side, and then I'll highlight this here, give it the bold border as I did the first time. And then note something, when you are giving your borders, make sure that the kind of boundary borders you are giving, the kind of borders you are giving kind of looks nice, but you have to play with it for a while to understand where to highlight and what to highlight. Like I said, practice it to become fluent in using them. Okay, so I highlight all of this because my lower boundary is not deepened enough, so I highlight the whole thing again, and I have this. So you realize that the center is a bit lighter, but then the main borders are thicker. Okay, all right, so let's do same for here, because I find a disconnect here and then here. You see, all of these places have nothing in between, but there's something here, there's nothing here. So in order to make it look as though the ones in the middle are separate from the line total on the left, I would just want to add one black line here, and it is much easier to just select this and then select this. So you realize now that I have the tick block. Note, there are so many ways you can decide to go about coming about this table. I'm just showing us how to use those particular font groups and then to manipulate them. Okay, so now for my poke marks, I want the fill, which is the background, to be, let's see, let's try red, and then I want the font inside to stand out as white. Okay, so I go to A, where the A color is, and then I go to the white color. So now you see we have the poke mark standing out, and then I want to highlight the top here, and then I'll give it some sort of like a shading color from the red. Okay, so I go for more because I want to be able to get something closer to red, but not so deep like the red. So let's see, red is around this area. Let's try something that look like this. Okay, let's go further down. Let's go this one. Okay, so you see there's a bit lighter, and then you can apply the same font color to this, highlight it, and then choose white. Okay, so it stands out. Now what I want to keep keen eye on is my available quantity, which is this side, A quantity. Okay, and then ask myself, what color do I want to put here too, so that once I look at the dashboard, I know, hey, my A quantity section, this is finishing, that is finishing, or that is not finishing. Okay, one of the easiest way to do this is to use the conditional formatting color bars that we did, right? So I'll highlight this side, just that numbering side, the number side. Then I go to conditional formatting, and then I go to bars, and then this is not the bars I want. This is one color. This is a uniform color. I don't want that. I want the separation between what tells me that I have, let's say, green for where I have more quantity, 0 for red for where I have less quantity. So I'll go to the color scales, and then you realize that now I have enough to take from. So I'll take the green to green, yellow, red, and then it gives me the red. Now look at something. So for example, if let's say the total quantity that we had for pokeball was, say, 9, okay, do you see what happens now? it changes to making the quantity section what 8, and looking at the column here, 8 is more than 1, and so therefore it now assumes the color green. Okay, so this is, you see how dynamic this has become now. So imagine building some sort of user interface on this, and then somebody puts in values, and then at the back end or on your end where you are sitting and looking at your Excel sheet, you see all of these beautiful things happening. Okay, so and then this column, let's highlight this column yellow, because it doesn't matter exactly whether the person takes 1 or 2, we just need color to distinguish them. So let's use a yellow. Okay, and then what else? Okay, and then we want to look at our subtotal, discount, and total. So let's say the subtotal, I give it a lighter green. Okay, my discount, I want to give it a blue. Depending on what color you want to use. Don't mind me, I'm messing with colors right now. But I'll show you right now a site to go to use to learn about how to handle colors, and you don't need to be an artist in order to put your colors together. That site has already put combination of colors together for you, and you can do that. So let's just work on the total, and then we'll jump to that particular site, and then we'll know how it works. So my total, then I want it in deep green, and then I want my number to stand out as red. But I think with this I am not seeing the borders, so let's go back in there, reduce the green color to say light, and then we have a look at our borders, and we can decide to maybe change from the white and make a thicker red, and then bolden it. Usually totals, you want to see them very well, so and then increase the size. Okay, good. So that's it. So we've just done a very beautiful, we've added a brief color to the table for it to stand out now. So now we know exactly what we are doing, and the only thing you will notice that now the quantity is what you can play with right now. You can also change your selling price. So if your selling price has changed to from 200 to say 300, everything on the where is it? Oh, sorry. So let's see, selling price. Okay. So the selling price I want to change by say 100 how do you call it, CDs. So I'll change the profit side for each of them. I'll just change the profit to 100, and watch the table. Once I enter, you realize that all the values changes. You see, so now our total is what, a 7110. Our selling prices has also changed. Now here's 1,003 instead of the 1,250 before, and then we have all that down. And then you can also change your quantity. So let's say here is 5 actually. I have a hyper of say 10, maybe I have 14 of this. It doesn't matter. So you realize that your numbers here are changing. Okay, so this is how to go about it. And one very beautiful thing you can do is, if you have, you would want to still keep this, okay, and then work with your sheet later, and then as and when you are changing data in your table, or you're trying to make sense out of, maybe should I apply a 10% discount, should I not apply 10% discount, all of those things. So let's just give these some side colors. I just give them some side colors just to give me some sort of emphasis. And then the beautiful thing you can do is you can just highlight these two, right click, and hide the column. So now you have a very neat sheet. Your workings are on the sheet, but they are hidden. If you want to go back to them, just highlight the opposite, highlight across the opposite columns, and then stand in the middle and double click, and you realize that your workings will come out. Okay, if I change my interest, my discount to let's say I want to give them a 35% discount, you realize that, okay, so the formula we did not take here to make it dynamic, so we're going to change that. Okay, So we are going to clear the 10 and then we'll select this, and then obviously you realize that everything automatically changes. Everything, you see, this has changed, that has changed, this has, okay, this is where we applied the discount, so this has changed and this has changed. Okay, so now if I apply, say maybe I want to give them an outrageous discount. You see, when you have a product in the shop and it's not going, and you decide to just give it like a very hefty discount, so this 80% discount, you see what is happening. So the person is supposed to be paying 7,900, but because of your discounts, the person is paying 1,580. So this is how you can manipulate with your data. So work with this table. You can decide to take a much bigger data set and work with it. Whatever it is that you want to do with it, and then be conversant with it. If you have questions, please put them in the comment section. I try my best possible to respond to each comment and to make sure that you understand what you are using the Excel sheet for, and what you understand the data you're working with. So that being said, thank you very much for being my lovely audience for this particular part. So this ends our basic Excel tutorials. We will jump from here into working with we also learn the basics of Power BI, and then we will come back to Excel, and then we will learn how to do some dashboard in Excel, and then I now would do a certain dashboard in Power BI. But whatever happens, this ends our basic video. The next video will come out soon. I'm going to take you through the introduction of Power BI and what it is used for, and then how interesting that also feels like, and how we can utilize that as well. Okay, but I have more I'll do more videos on advance of Excel, where we are going to be creating a whole dashboard in Excel, and then all the dynamic things that I've spoken about, we will be touching that in the advanced section of Excel. But like I said, this is a basic tutorial, so I have to take you through the basics of all the hardware, the tools that we are using, and then we come back and dive deep down into them, and then making sure that we understand how to use all the tools combined, at what point do we use them, and all of that. Okay, so I had promised you earlier that I was going to show you how to use colors. So I am pulling out my browser. Okay, so let's go to a new tab. Ignore this one, let me hide these tabs, and then let me group them. I'll come back to it again, and then I'll apply a color, say purple, and let's hide this. Okay, so let me zoom in on this side. Let's see. It looks like I've forgotten my zoom. Aha, good. So the zoom has gone, but it's fine. So let's do this. So the site to get your colors is called Coolest. Let me now zoom in and see if we can have a look. So you see, it's called coolest.co. So it's colors, but it's not spelled correctly. It's spelled COOLORS.co. I'll put the link in the description section, so you can just go there and type it. And then once you have typed that, look at the interesting page that comes up. These guys have put in a lot of time and a lot of engineering work to come up with a very interesting color combination palettes that anybody can use for free. You don't have to pay for this. There's a pay section, but you don't have to pay for this. You can just use the colors freely. So look at this. You can close this one, and then see the kind of things you can use the colors for. They have the iOS version, they have the Android. Those, I think I would have to, okay, I have quite interesting things in mind. We will deal with that in some videos. So Figma, Chrome extensions, and all of that. So this is where I want you to focus on. So you can generate a color, or you can explore colors that people have been using that are trending. Usually I like to go to the explore trending colors. So click on explore trending, and then hold on for a second. My internet is a bit slow. I'll give it a moment, and voila. See how beautiful these are. So these are trending colors, and I worked on a project where I used this color combination, and I think about that color combination. So let me just demonstrate how to use one of them. So you see, when you hover over them, you have these 6-digit codes. We call them the hex codes. Hex code, H-E-X, hex code, because they're in hexadecimal. So hexadecimal is anything above, how do you call it? Decimal is 10, so anything above 10. So you have the C, which relates to a particular number. And we are not dealing with that, but these are called hexa numbers. Okay, so you hear people say hex code. So these are the so let's go back to the table shortly, and then I'll show you how to apply it. So let me minimize this. Okay, let's put it side by side. Won't that be beautiful? Let's do it side by side. Okay, so let me put this here, and then let me select this. So my colors is on the side, and the one I want us to use is, I don't know, but I just fell in love with, I like this gradient move of colors. So I'm going to change the bold colors to the darker green. So you just highlight it, click it, and it's copied. Once you click, you see there is a check mark that comes, it's copied. Then come to your Excel sheet. Okay, let me maximize this. Come to Excel sheet, and then you see where you put the colors, the fill. Please make sure it's a fill, so it's at the background. Then you come to more colors, and you come to custom, and then you see here hex. Okay, I may be going too fast. Let me take it once again. So click on, you come to the font section, click on the fill button. For this down, come to more colors, go to custom, and then come to hex, and then just wipe what is here and then paste. Just Control V, okay, because you've already copied it on the side, and then you click OK. See what happens. You see it has changed the color. It's changed the color, but question for me is whether this was the right color. Let's go back to more. Yes, it has applied the number. So that's the color that we picked from the site. Now I want to change these one, so I'll highlight it. I'll go to more colors, go to custom, and then I go back to the browser, and let me take this one, the one in the middle. Okay, and then I just paste it in here, Control V. You can add the pound sign, and then you click OK, and you see. So imagine what you can do with this. Let's change this one also. This time around I'm coming down to a very lighter section. Okay, so let's use this one. Copy, highlight, let's go back here, more colors, custom colors, then I paste, and then I click OK, and then it's applied. Okay, and then you can do that for the rest. So you get the vibe on what I'm talking about. So your conditional formatting too, you can do that, but it will take a bit of you have to be a bit critical in doing that. So for example, what you do is you come to more rules, and then in more rules you have to now do the color scaling here for each of them. I'll treat this I think when I get to the advanced section, I'll treat that as a separate topic. Right now our focus is on basics, so let's keep that on hold for now, but we'll treat this in the advanced section. Oh, this thing has changed. Let's go back and let's use green to this one. Yeah, okay, then yeah, so this is how to apply colors using a particular site. There's a lot. Let me show you, let me give you a brief into, I know this has taken 25 minutes so far, but I want to show you the different levels, the mixture of colors and all of that. If this, I think let's do some 2 minutes. I know this. Let's do some 2 minutes. I want to show you something. So I made mention that we'll be doing some Power BI basics. Okay, so I just want to show you some of the dashboards that we'll end up creating from our data, and let me use, wow, there's quite a lot. Okay, let me use the ones that I used the color from the other side. Okay, so it's loading. Okay, for the moment my data is heavy. So as you can see, this is something similar. This is a very beautiful thing we'll be doing, something similar, but I just want you to look at the color combinations that was used. Okay, and then you understand that you can use your colors, you can play around your colors. Let me show you one more. So that color is the gradients that I used in the Excel sheet. Let me show you another one. Yeah, this one has a lot of the colors I used. So, and please, and I am not so good with colors, but you get a sense that once you use that particular platform, you can create a lot of things. So you see, this is another interesting one, but I didn't use, I used just mono colors here. I want us to go to the gradient kind of color, and then you will see what happens. So this is like a brown scale with a mixture of white. It's just a scale of brown, from a deeper brown all the way down to a white. And then this is also blue. So I was just playing with colors, and then it gives you also, you see the gradients kind. And then I think one of my not so beautiful one, but then again I was trying to play with the red. I don't think I did a good job with this one. And then there's another one that also I took a much more different approach to seeing what colors to use. So this, and then this is to also illustrate to you the kind of things we'll be doing, the very fantastic dashboards we'll be creating when we get to Power BI. I hope at this point you're excited to see all of these things, but we will get there. For now, the site is coolest.co. Make sure you explore the colors there, and as you keep scrolling, you keep finding a lot more. And I'm sure if I have any designer on this particular tutorials, and I'm guessing you are rushing there by now. Okay, thank you very much for joining me on this. It's been a pleasure for learning the basics of Excel with me. Like I said, I'll jump in Power BI to also teach us the basics of Power BI, and then we will go down to doing some small code with Python and then SQL for querying our databases, and then we will now build upon that to do analysis for bigger data sets and all of that. That being said, please, thank you very much for joining me, and like I said, if you are new here, subscribe to the channel. All my revisiting members, subscribers, I mean, you are family now, so kindly share the video, inbox me like you always do, and I do have a lot of people who share with me their thoughts on the tutorials, and your thoughts are very valuable, so please keep that coming. And at the moment, peace out and see you in the next video. Bye.